Alright, so I think I want to start turning my attention maybe to the front end. It's up in the air whether to do exhaust or do the front end. So I don't know. I had some ideas. I was trying to sleep last night, so I'm going to see if I might mock some of that stuff up and give myself a better idea what I'm going for. Alright, so I started playing with wheels. These I had got at a swap meet. I don't know, about a year ago or so. I don't know if you guys remember them. They're kind of, I think they're wheelchair wheels, so that they have a look to them. Because if you notice, it's only got a pattern on one side. It's got a pattern on that side, no pattern on that side. So we're working on Think Twice bike, so you got to take everything and think about it twice. So my thought is, here's another one, to see if I can get the center hubs out of it and see if we can run 2 front tires. So as you could see, I took the shaft apart and I was able to get this coupler out of the center of it. I'm not sure if this one pops out the other direction or not. I haven't tried. But even if it doesn't, the fact that one side of it will come clean should mean that I could put the 2 of them together. So we're going to go, as you can see what's on there, gut what's inside this one too, and see if I can go clear off the other side and then see if we can get the 2 tires to kind of meet up together. Alright, let's continue on. Alright, so here's kind of the idea. You can kind of see the pattern luckily follows each other. They both have the scroll on the same side, and we'll just go with a tire that looks something like that. This is 2.5 inches across, and I gotta make a spacer for in between. So I'm gonna go see if I can go do that, make like a collar, or see if I have a collar that fits kind of snug, and see if I can make something go right across that and try to make some kind of axle. Alright, this socket is like almost there. We need a spacer between the 2, but it's not. So we're going to go shove a hone in the hole and see if we can polish that up and get that to fit in there. So I want to see if we can make that socket fit inside that hub. So I'm just going to try polishing it a little bit before I actually try grinding on it. So we'll see if this does it for us. Well, that's halfway there. I got the socket halfway driven into this rim, and now I'm going to get the other one next to it, see if we could drive the other one on the other side and make it one wheel. Okay, so I got a wheel mocked up with an axle in it, and I cut off the end of the tabs that were on these these down tubes, and I'm just kind of moving around trying to get myself an idea what I like. Right now I got it choked up, I don't know, 4 inches or so from its original height. And I'm trying to think, do I want to take the neck and free it and cut it and start putting some rake on it? I'm looking at it. I feel like if I add more rake to it, the problem is going to be that when you go to make a turn, you're so steep on the tire when it's turning. You put input into it, but nothing's really happening because the bottom of the tire stayed pretty much straight. You know, it doesn't move like you do when you're kind of more pointing it in that direction. You know. So I'm looking at if I keep wanting to kick that. I mean, I think it would look a little better. I also don't want that bottom tube. I'm trying to keep the bike kind of low. I don't know. I'll try and I'll try jacking it up, and I'll see what it looks like stretched out. What I'm seeing right now, the only thing I kind of don't like is just how close it is right here. I can extend these, but kind of makes the geometry, it weakens it, you know. Alright, let me go play with something. I'll turn it back on. Okay, that's kind of the other extreme. That's at its full length for what's there. I'm liking the distance out, but I'm not liking the altitude, but I like the length. Got that? So I think I gotta kind of parallel this line, just reproduce it maybe a little higher up, and then I'll get the tire out further and then kind of give some kind of, I don't know, funky suspension or something. This is what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to think of what I can cut up to like steal the pivot points. I have either RockShox kind of idea. You can kind of slice these up and make something. Or I got this old school Springer. Crusty there, but I don't know if I want to cut these up for this bike, you know. But we'll see. Nothing's a. I have a couple more RockShox style forks in the back too that I can cut up. I don't know. I'm going to move some more stuff around, see what we come up with. Alright, so don't know where I left off, but I've been away from the garage for about a day or two, and that front wheel is kind of in place. I was playing around where I wanted the wheel height, I wanted the front end set up. I think the last video I showed it was kind of close together here, so I cut the lower perch and kind of I can flex it to where I want it, and then I'll scab back across that. Wheel spin's good. I don't think I can possibly do it right now, but it's gonna want to sweep on me. Hold on one second. I'll get it. Clear out a little hole, and we'll give her a little. So, should be a nice wheel. A little bit of weight to it. A little on the heavy side. It's probably about, I don't know, about 10 pounds, but it's, yeah, that stuff is solid aluminum. And it's got a pattern on outside. The inside doesn't, so it's kind of good because it allowed me to have that same pattern on both sides and nothing on the inside. And then just one long axle going through it. So anyway, besides that, I am going to start with exhaust. So I want to make a little pattern up of the exhaust manifold and see if I can cut myself out some probably like 3/16 1/4 inch, and make myself, you know, basically a flange for that, because the muffler that was on it did not have, you know, there's nothing I could cut off of this and use because it's just a solid piece that went right through. So I'm going to start by making a flange, and then I'm going to start trying to run some pipe down along the sides of the jugs and under the crankcases, and go from there. So I'll turn you back on when I get somewhere. Alright, so I got the back one kind of cut up and into space. Get that one out of the way. But just cut out a 1/4 inch thick plate, matched the gasket, and made a flange. I still have to port it on the inside. But getting it sized up right now, and I got it tucked around, down and under, and it kicks out on an angle. And my idea is to do the same with the front, and try to run the front parallel to the rear, and the two of them exit with a 45 on the elbow. I'll show you. Then I figure later on I'll figure out what I want to use for the showy part of the exhaust. So the two of them are going to exit out over here, and that one's in place if I can get it there, something like that. Yeah, so they'll both come out like that. I figure I could tap onto that later on and see what I want to do to have that. But I'm just trying to get everything to claim its space, so to speak, you know, trying to pack in all the little pieces. Got the air cleaners still to get in there. I have air cleaners and throttle linkage to and a pivot setup all have to still fit in here yet, so should be okay though. There's plenty of room. I also got to make 2 scoops there and there on the other side. They kind of kick out and grab air as you ride to blow across the cylinder heads. And I think I have some of the on the back of a boat. They purge the air back with the gas tank because the fumes will stay trapped in a boat. So anyway, there's a snorkel on one side facing towards the wind, and then on the other side of the boat usually is one facing the opposite direction, so the air kind of changes through it. I think I have a pair of those around somewhere, and I may use those for the 2 scoops on the other side. Alright, I'm going to start actually cutting up my flange, which is right there, and drill 4 holes, make these 2 larger, and then these 2 I hit with the uni bit, you know, the ones that get bigger, and just egged them out to the size I wanted. And then there is a rasp tool on the end of an air grinder. That's what I'm using, just to egg out the slots a little further. Alright guys, I'm gonna get back to getting this mocked up. Well, I just got called into dinner, so I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I put a couple of master links in what I had for chain. You can kind of see the line that follows. The rusty part of the chain is bent. I gotta grab another piece of chain, but anyway, you get the idea. You can kind of see how it's gonna lay out and clear everything. Looks pretty good. And then of course, you know, this one's gonna kick up to put that one in gear. Listen, it's packed in there nicely. It's not, you know, sticking out at all, which is good. The exhaust is routed and they fit together pretty good there too. And then they kick out. And like I said, in the future I'll work with these two ports and figure out what I want to have for exhaust coming out of it. So, picture the other gas tank. I don't know if I talked about it earlier or not, but I ordered another one of the gas tanks like this. It's the same as this because the one I got I didn't like. So they'll be going on there with a little bonus that I'll show later. Anyway, that'll be the double-sided tank. Alright guys, I'm washing up and going in. Thanks for watching. Take care.